is up, everybody? Welcome to the Megidolaon podcast. I am your host, and I am here with a very...
What's your name, host?
Everyone knows my name.
I don't know your name.
Beat it! Oh my god!
You said my name like 2 seconds ago.
You're Charlie?
Yes, my name is Charlie. Okay, I've got a very absolutely special guest who I totally did not pay to be on here. We got Claire from Twitch.tv.
Hello, that's me. I am your girl, Claire. Charlie totally did not pay me $2,000 to be on here.
You're getting paid?
Yeah, he promised me his entire YouTube paycheck for the month.
Nah, it's fucked up. I get nothing for being on here. I get headaches for being on here. That's what I get.
Okay, but yeah, so
LaRue's here as well. Hi,
yeah,
LaRue.
Yeah, he's not a special guest though.
Well, oh wow.
Okay. To be fair, LaRue has been on here before.
I can't even remember what I was on here. Like, what did we talk about when I was on?
I don't remember. I know you've been on here though.
That's okay.
That's all that matters.
Only one minority is considered special.
Okay.
Love white people.
Okay.
Especially white women.
Let's not talk about white people.
Okay, let's get into our topics, our gaming-related topics. Okay, so the first one
He's getting angry, yo. You can hear it in his voice. He's getting grumpy.
So our first topic is Square Enix, or as I like to call them, Square Penix, is pretty much selling their entire library of Western IPs for NFTs, which are dying.
I like that name.
What do you call them? What do you call them, Nearly?
Square Penix. I like that name.
That's so not funny. It turns around to becoming funny. That's crazy how you do that.
What?
I've seen that meme and I don't really understand. Are they literally selling their things for NFTs?
Yes. Well, okay, so that's what they're like. They're not selling them for NFTs, but they're selling their IP so that they have money to invest in NFTs. And
here's the full quote: to invest in the blockchain, AI, and the cloud.
Yeah.
I mean, they did
like investing in the cloud.
They did that with Kingdom Hearts, right? They put it on the cloud for Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, but it runs like complete ass though.
That's probably why they had to sell their entire library.
Well, yeah. So I mean, so they're not investing just in NFTs, but NFTs are part of it.
Yeah, which is cringe. NFTs are very bad.
Yeah. I mean,
NFTs more like no freaking thanks.
It's like I don't even really understand what they are myself, but I know like last year.
They're just pictures, bro.
I know they're pictures, but it's
They're
like
pictures.
it's got like actual. It's like a digital picture, but it's got like actual value. Apparently.
No.
But the main difference is that they're non-fungible compared to the average picture that is fungible.
What, they can't be turned into fungus?
No. So
that was
NFT
bad. That wasn't even like so bad as good. That was just bad.
Okay.
So if I was selling an NFT of Shin Megami Tensei 3 Nocturne HD Remaster, what I would be selling isn't a picture of that. I would be selling a URL that links to the picture. All it is just a receipt of the purchase. You're paying for a receipt of the image. So you're not owning the image. You're owning the link. And once the link is no longer being powered, it's just a dead link, and then you lose it. But we just haven't gotten there yet because NFTs are too new. But give it like 5 or 6 years.
Bro, the market's already crashing. So like,
well, okay,
either Square's dumb as fuck.
Well,
Either Square's dumb as fuck, or they're smart as hell because they either bought while the market is crashing, or they're secretly smart and they're buying the dip. You know what I mean? They're just waiting for it to come back.
No, they're
I don't think they will for a long ass time.
I think the crypto market, like the crashing of the crypto market, is like what was like $1 trillion worth of crypto or whatever that just.
Well, the
vanished.
thing is, people do this shit all the time, bro. Like crypto was a big thing in 2013. It was a big thing in 2016, and it's a big deal now. And then every single time, people dump as much fucking money as they can into it, and then it crashes. It's gonna take a couple years for it to come back. But I think this time, crypto in general, because I don't think it's ever blown up on this scale where countries are fucking using crypto as their fucking, you know what I mean? And sports players are getting paid in crypto and shit like that. I think this will be like the de facto end of it for a long ass time. It won't pop up again for like a while. It'll go back to what it was before in like 2018, which wasn't even that much in comparison. Which I'm glad, because I think people are dumb as fuck for just expecting magic money to come out of nowhere when they don't know what it's about.
Yep. No, I 100% agree with that.
So
like usually money itself has some kind of value, you know, not in just like in its materials or whatever. And crypto, like I'll be honest, I have no idea how it works. So it's to me, it's just magic.
I'm looking at the IPs they sold, and I'm like, these all suck.
What do you mean they suck? Tomb Raider, Deus Ex, Thief, Legacy of Kain, those are pretty good.
Yeah, when was the last like good Tomb Raider? Well, actually, no, the last couple Tomb Raiders are pretty good.
Yeah,
but
this is why we don't invite LaRue on, because he just says dumb shit and then goes, "Oh wait."
No, because these other stuff, Soul Reaver, I don't even remember
Deus Ex is badass, bro. Don't ever. It doesn't matter if they ever come out with a game in like 50,000 years. Deus Ex is always gonna be badass. Shut up.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Maybe this is a blessing in disguise, because I mean, Mankind Divided came out in 2016, and there's still no word of a new one. So maybe we'll get a new one.
It was that late? I thought it was like 2013 or some shit. That's crazy.
Yeah,
that was Human Revolution.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And who's Embracer Group? Like what have they done? Are they just?
I don't. Okay, that name doesn't sound familiar, but if I had to guess, it's probably just like some like company that like owns a game publisher or something.
It looks like they own a lot of companies.
Like, are there any that stand out?
I mean, let's see. Apparently, they're involved with THQ. Is that like, I didn't know that was still around.
Yeah,
THQ ignored it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Which I don't even know what they do. And then Koch Media. I don't know how to say it.
Koch Media.
K-O-C-H. How do you say that?
J-O-C-H?
No, K-O-C-H. Is it?
I guess it'd be Koch. Probably Koch.
Koch?
You hear C-H and you immediately pronounce it as cock.
Hey, I don't blame the man, okay? I mean, like,
he just got dick on his mind, bro. You can't blame the man. He likes what he likes.
Damn. Gnarly, why would you diss a man for what he likes? It's kind of toxic.
Oh, yeah.
I looked it up. It's pronounced Coke.
Oh.
Coke.
Literally nothing like what I thought. You know.
Yeah, I didn't expect that pronunciation.
Nope. But they own a bunch of like small companies. I think they also own the one that made Little Nightmares. So.
Okay, but yeah, I mean, I mean, I don't know how to feel about Square Enix getting rid of these IPs. Maybe it's good, maybe it's bad, but point is they're getting rid of them.
Next to yourself, Kingdom Hearts gets seen more as a crackhead.
Yeah.
I hope they do. Maybe whoever picks it up will make a good game.
Well, yeah. Well, since we're on the topic of Square Enix, this was announced like right after we recorded the last episode. But Kingdom Hearts 4. So.
Oh right, I forgot that got announced right after.
Yeah.
Right after we recorded our last the day after we recorded our episode.
Yeah, you're right.
Episode. It was great. Funny.
Just your way of life.
Hey,
shut up.
In terms of Kingdom Hearts 4, I don't know how to feel about it, because like 3 was such a big disappointment as like a game itself. So it's like, I don't know.
No. Don't use the words like disappointment, because that implies that it had any, like value. Yeah. Kingdom Hearts 3 was ass. Kingdom Hearts 3 is like one of the worst games I've played that year. Kingdom Hearts 3 was like the SMT5 of Kingdom Hearts.
Same
Imagine
Borderlands
taking
3. Borderlands
so long
bad
for a game to come out, hyping it up so goddamn much, saying, "Oh, this is the final battle, this, and that," and having a story that sucks, combat that's worse than the last game, and you have 50 bajillion like years of other games to work on. Like, nah, that game is ass. So like, Kingdom Hearts 4 can look as cool as people want it to be. It can hype people up as much as they want it to be. I got no faith that it's going to be a good game. Like, they have a blank slate, I guess, like new story because the what's the ball headed guy's name?
Xehanort?
Yeah, Xehanort is gone.
Yeah.
That's the end of that story. So it's a brand new one. I can only imagine it's gonna get worse or better. You never know. Because I felt actually no. I think it'll get worse because most of the Kingdom Hearts games that have come out before 3 have just been hoping that you play them and go, oh my god, I remember that part from Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2. Oh my god, or I remember that from Birth by Sleep. As the stories keep going on, they keep referencing the other ones, so it's like kind of whack. I don't have any faith in it. I mean, not really saying much because I didn't have faith in Kingdom Hearts 3 to begin with. I stopped caring about Kingdom Hearts when I was a kid, bro. I think the last game that I played that I actually was like invested in was Kingdom Hearts 2 when that game came out in like 2000. Who gives a shit? So
6, yeah.
Bad game.
That's kind of an interesting like point of view because you stopped caring like 15 years ago, pretty much.
Yeah, I played the games. I played.
What made you play 3 if you didn't like Kingdom Hearts since 2? Then
I didn't say I didn't like Kingdom Hearts. I just didn't care. You know what I mean? I'm not looking forward to every game release. I was looking forward to Kingdom Hearts 3 because it was Kingdom Hearts 3, not because, oh my god, I can't wait to play it. So I replayed all the games on PS4. I think the only game that I played before replaying all of them was the 305.8 over days, whatever the fuck that one's called. I played that as a kid on the DS or something. I didn't care about that game.
So my perspective on Kingdom Hearts is a little unique because I have no nostalgia for Kingdom Hearts because I actually didn't start until like I was an adult play Kingdom Hearts, and so like I pretty much when I started, I think it was like back when 1.5 came out, like around 9 years ago. So I guess I have a little nostalgia for it, a little bit, but I enjoyed them fine. Like I'm not like a super big like Kingdom Hearts nerd like some of my friends are or whatever, but like as games and stuff like that, I enjoyed them fine. Aspects of 3 I didn't like was just mostly tied down to gameplay and just kind of like the story beats behind it. So that's kind of like the main thing that I'm worried about regarding 4's like, story, was that if they copy anything like 3, that's just kind of my main worry for it. But like as far as gameplay and stuff goes, I don't really have much of an issue, like at least pre-3 or whatever.
I don't know. I never really thought Kingdom Hearts gameplay was all that great. Like,
well, the thing is, for me,
Fuse was really fun.
It doesn't matter if you think it's all that great. All that matters is that Kingdom Hearts 3 was worse than what came before it.
Well, the problem is that like how Dad was saying that it basically got hype. Like you will never see a game get that hype ever again. Like the hype behind Kingdom Hearts 3 will never happen again.
That's true. That kind of hype though. I feel like that's like whenever gamers get that like hype for something, then you're already like messing it up. Like that's already a mistake.
Oh yeah.
Well, and the other issue is just kind of like they waited too long because there's an engine switch and et cetera, but they waited way too long. And Tetsuya Nomura actually delayed the game to make 2.8. He's like, oh no, Dream Drop Distance needs an HD port to consoles. And like, no, you don't need to do that. Just leave it on the 3DS and just do 4 or 3. My bad.
And the funny thing is that I distinctly remember back when 1.5 came out. I don't remember like the source behind it or if it's even true. But I remember hearing that apparently Tetsuya Nomura was considering of making a 2.5 if 1.5 sold well. So apparently 2.5 wasn't even in the works if 1.5 did terribly.
Well, 1.5 did terribly, but 2.5 did amazing because everyone wanted the data battles in 2. That's why 2 sold more because it had more content.
Did 1.5 not sell well? I thought that
sold
one did
right.
Well. Yeah.
2 sold more. 2.5 sold way more.
Oh yeah. That I definitely believe that.
Well, my experience with Kingdom Hearts is like I didn't play it until like I didn't really grow up with it because I didn't have a PS2. I had a GameCube. But then when I did get my PS2, which wasn't until I was a teenager, then that was like one of the first games I got, and then I played it, and I'm like, well, this is okay, but I'm not really sure I understand the hype behind it. So I didn't really bother with 2, but maybe I'll go back and replay it sometime.
I understood the hype very well growing up because like I used to watch a lot of TV when I was a kid, so like that was like all I would see, like commercials for like Kingdom Hearts and stuff, and I'd hear about Kingdom Hearts like at school and stuff like a lot, so I knew it was like really big, but
I'm sure if Kingdom Hearts was on the GameCube, I'd have played the shit out of it, but
Yeah, well, I'm one of those people. Like, I'm about to date myself. I got Kingdom Hearts on release. Kingdom Hearts 1 when it first came out, I got it on release.
Same. Sorry.
So I grew up with Kingdom Hearts for my entire childhood. So yeah, there was nostalgia going into 3.
Mhm.
And then when I played 3, I didn't, mind you, I'm the girl who literally bought the Kingdom Hearts 3 PS4 Pro, a new TV, a new UHD TV, so it looked better on the TV than the TV I currently had. And I bought the other collector's edition because I didn't want to lose, because the PS4 one did not come with the steelbook and all the extra stuff. So I spent at least like $800.
Yeah, that must suck being a Kingdom Hearts fan.
Yeah, no, I beat the game. I did not sleep, beat the game in 2 days, and I was like, wow, this game sucks.
Yeah. Like, I grew up with the original Kingdom Hearts too. Like, I played that shit on PS2 when I was like a little ass kid. And like, obviously I wasn't a fucking like fanboy. I wasn't like ready to go. I wasn't buying PS4s and all that bullshit. Like, so I feel bad for you. I didn't even like it like that. And I was fucking pissed when I beat it. I can imagine how you fucking felt.
Yeah, I was pretty pissed. And then the fact that they're just like, oh, no Final Fantasy characters because I can see it on its own. I'm like, well, you can't do that if you build an entire story around them and then leave it at a cliffhanger.
See, it's games like that make me so like amazed at what people will let companies get away with. I've rarely ever seen anyone call it a bad game, you know? Because I feel like in my opinion, if you take away aspects of that fucking world, you give us lackluster Disney worlds, which is what we're left with. The story ends like shit. You turn back on so many different concepts. The gameplay is not nearly as good as a game from fucking 2006 or 8, whatever the fuck the game. And people are still like, oh, the game's not that bad though. Where the fuck are your standards at, bro? That game is
that's another thing. I feel like
no, those are just defenders in general. Like you see them in every single fandom. Like you see them because you'll see them in the 14 fandom. You'll see them in the SMT fandom. Like you see people just defend.
It's not defending. That's dick eating, bro. There's a difference. They're giving that shit the sloppy fucking. You know what I mean? Like
it's like the level 2 of like defending, I guess.
That's like level 12.
Damn, what's level 10?
I don't know. Maybe not making the gawk noises, but just like trying your best.
I don't know. I liked Kingdom Hearts, the first one, and I liked the card game one, but I've always thought Kingdom Hearts had a bad story. So, like ever since the first one, I was like, "Well, this is so great. They're combining two things I like already, like Disney and Final Fantasy." And then when I played the second one, I was like, "Huh?"
And so like pretty much like even on 2 you were like, this is kind of weird.
Yeah, I was already like lost and I didn't like it. And then, I mean, but I'm probably in the minority, so I don't know.
No, it's very
divisive.
I would say it's kind of divisive, but at the same time I'm like, it's still Kingdom Hearts though.
Mm-hmm.
How do you rank the Kingdom Hearts announcement over like the Persona 25th anniversary? Because so many people were like, "Oh my god, look, Square Enix really knows how to do anniversary announcements."
Oh.
They announced this game that's not coming out for another 30 years.
Wait, which one?
Kingdom Hearts 3, 4.
No, 4 is probably. I'm guessing 4 is going to come out in the next 2 years.
Well, they said on the website it says sometime between winter. I think it's winter 2023 and 2025. So expect it around 2032.
No, I don't think Square. Here's why I don't believe that's going to come out that late. Because Square Enix can't do that shit again, or they'll lose their entire fan base.
Okay, 2027 then.
No, they cannot. Like they cannot. Like no, they're losing.
They cannot. That doesn't mean they won't.
You're not listening to me. You need to listen. Like they cannot afford to push a game that far again, or they'll lose. And if it ends up being shitty, they're going to lose so much money, and people are just not going to buy their products anymore.
They're fucking not. This is Kingdom Hearts, bro. We just got done talking about how people are dick eating the shit out of Kingdom Hearts 3. Nomura could literally like charge you $80 fucking for a premium pre-order Pussy Pass or some shit, and literally the entire game could just be fucking Sora doing the Gangnam Style dance, and there'll be 50,000 YouTube channels of white women reacting. My first time playing Kingdom Hearts 4, and they're
I'm gonna
fucking
cry.
bawling their eyes out. Like, come on now. Like, I think they could do anything and people would enjoy it. At this point, it's so far gone. Like,
I feel like it's somewhere in the middle. I think there's some people that are super rabid, like you're describing, but I do think that there's a huge group of people that are now burned by Kingdom Hearts 3 and like Nomura's like crazy antics that I don't know.
No, his actual like buffoonery.
Yeah.
His,
No way of putting it.
he has straight up. I was gonna say something else, but I couldn't say it. But it's his actual buffoonery, and the way that like, especially with how much they delayed 16, people are done with Square Enix being delayed. Like they're over it. They're done.
I wouldn't say they're done. I'd say they're more expecting it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like people aren't going to demand better. They're just going to get complacent because that's how pussies act online.
I mean, you could even go by just the announcement itself. So many people were doing that deep dive thing. They found exactly where it was that they based that area off of. They're like measuring Sora's feet, like all kinds of weird things. Like I'm not even joking about the feet thing.
This is why I think Kingdom Hearts 4 is going to be a lot better, because it's not going to be like Disney stuff anymore. It's going to be like the way that they ended Kingdom Hearts 3, which, spoilers by the way, unreality. And it's all right. So there's fictional, and then there's reality and unreality in Kingdom Hearts. The unreality is
okay. I'm gonna just cut you off because I don't really care. That just sounds stupid.
It's very stupid. Don't get me wrong. It's very stupid. It's again Nomura antics.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Well, speaking of delays, our next topic is. I was originally going to talk about some games that have been delayed recently, but it just seems like a lot of that's been happening with pretty much every game. Like Starfield got delayed, Breath of the Wild 2 got delayed. It's not a game, but the Mario movie got delayed. I mean,
well, there's another surgence in the thing that I can't say on the internet.
Huh?
There's another. How do I say this so you don't get demonetized?
Well, if it's bad, you just cut it out. Say it right now.
Oh, it's COVID. There's another COVID surge.
Oh, you can say that now. I'm pretty sure that's fine. Yeah, I thought you were about to say something like, wow, I don't know. Like, I was expecting that to like clarism or something. That's not too bad. You'll be fine.
Something completely controversial.
Oh, I could say some really controversial stuff. You want me to?
Not right now. Not right now. Save it.
Oh, there we go.
okay, but yeah, I mean, do you guys think that that's the reason these games are getting delayed? Because I haven't because in the statements they've been making, I haven't heard them been saying, "Oh, we're doing this because of COVID." It just says, "Oh, we need more time to polish the game."
Like, I mean, like even
Japanese company instantly it's COVID.
Yeah.
Japan is barely opening up like their borders literally next month.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
So like it's super slow going there. Everything is delayed if it's Japanese.
But wait a minute, but we also got Xenoblade Chronicles 3 that's being released.
Xenoblade Chronicles more like Xenoblade Snore.
Isn't that a company owned by Nintendo? And doesn't Nintendo have like a very, very well-known mistreatment of its employees? So I think that's probably why. They're just like, get to work.
Maybe. I mean,
the
worst thing I heard about from Nintendo is when they fired that one guy who got on a podcast and he was being critical of Sakurai.
I've heard bad things.
You don't remember that? This is in like 2015. Like they there was this guy, like one of their employees on a podcast. They fired him because he's being critical of them.
See, the reason why I'm being super anti-Nintendo, despite the fact that I very much hate Nintendo, is when I was researching for like the Tokyo Mirage Sessions video. There's like this website in Japan that's like Glassdoor that kind of rates companies, right? And there's two different ratings. You could either be a white company or a black company. Black companies mean you're like awful, and white companies mean you're good. And I believe Nintendo was one of the lower rated of like in the gaming industry. Like it was considered a black company basically. It wasn't considered a very good one to work for. And that's why I'm like, well, if if Nintendo games aren't getting delayed, it's probably because they're just pushing them and forcing them to work in like bad conditions, and they can't complain because it's Nintendo.
Yeah.
You know.
But I mean, I don't know what it like as far as these delays, like I guess what are your guys' thoughts? Because I'm hearing a lot of mixed opinions on, you know, like social media. Some people are happy, some people aren't.
I mean, in regards to delays, I mean, like, again, with the pandemic being the way it is, like, the past couple years, like, it's kind of to be expected. Like, honestly, like, 50% of, like, products and stuff that, like, or pretty much, like, every single product or whatever that's, like, has, like, a release date kind of set. Like, I'm, like, basically, like, 50% sure that, like, oh, yeah, this thing is probably going to get delayed at some point.
For me, it's more like 75. I mean, I'm honestly
75, yeah,
surprised
that's
that
fair.
SMT5 didn't get delayed to 2022.
Yeah.
But I mean, then again, you play that game, it does kind of show.
The world may never know.
The
I guess,
world
like,
may never know.
I guess, like, okay, so I understand when, you know, things are getting delayed because, like, COVID and stuff. But, like, in terms of other factors, it's usually, like, if a game gets delayed from, like, less than 6 months, it's like, okay, you need more time. If it gets delayed 6 months to a year, then it's like, it's like, okay, well, you know, maybe you shouldn't have announced it for that release date. And then if it gets delayed more than that, it's like, what are you doing? Like Persona 5. That game got delayed by 2 years for quality assurance, and then it came out. I was kind of disappointed.
Yeah, quality
with
assurance game still sucks.
I was kind of disappointed with it, and it's just like, I mean, like, there's a lot of good about it. You could definitely tell they put a lot of work into it, but for me, Persona 5 is more like a 7 out of 10. If a game gets delayed that much for quality assurance, as Atlas told us, I expect no less than a 9 out of 10.
Right.
Yeah.
Because that's because it's BS. Like, the actual reason is, one, the PS4 got announced, so they had to redo things. Because unlike a smart company like Vanillaware, they don't make the assets the correct like they don't make them large scale and then downsize them to fit. They make them to fit whatever the whatever resolutions they're going to be using.
I mean,
so,
okay, I wouldn't be surprised if when they started working on it, they were expecting the PS4 to be backwards compatible with the PS3, and then when it wasn't, they were like, oh shit.
But it led to trickle-down effects where they basically, the dumb in-house engine didn't work very well, and that kind of like messed things up. So them saying quality assurance is like a super BS reason. It's not a real reason. I don't mind, but like in terms of like delays, I don't mind delays if you just like say why and like you just upfront about what's happening and whatever. Then it's fine.
But don't release like a lengthy letter that says we made the decision to delay the game, blah 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 blah, like Cyberpunk did. It's like, can you just say we need more time to work on the game, so we're delaying it?
Well, I mean, yeah, and also don't be like Cyberpunk and release the game broken and pretend that it wasn't broken.
I think what happened with Cyberpunk was like it's like that game was just going to be a disaster, so like they kept delaying it, and then they had to work under crunch time, and they kept hoping that they could, like, you know, get a more polished game out. But then like I feel like what CD Projekt Red wanted to do is they wanted to like delay it again by like maybe another year, but they were afraid of getting roasted by the internet, so that's why they just released it and said, okay, we'll fix it later.
So pathetic, man. That's so fucking.
What's the state of Cyberpunk right now?
But we can't.
It's been out for a couple of years.
Well, because the thing is, I mean, people were like, it basically became a meme at that point. Like, even other companies were jumping on it. Like Arc System Works released they released like a statement using the whole yellow screen and everything.
Oh.
And people were making troll accounts where they were announcing delays and stuff.
From what I remember, Cyberpunk was still in development. Like, they started development for that game even before Witcher 3, right? Or like when Witcher 3 was still like being developed.
I heard it was only in development since like 2018.
Right.
No,
that game runs like ass on PS4 and Xbox One.
It's fine on PC though.
Well, if you have high-end hardware.
I have like mid-range hardware and it's alright. Like,
when was the last time you played it?
The last time I played was like 2021. So.
Okay. Well, I mean, I know they got a bunch of like hot fixes out and stuff.
Yeah, I was waiting. I was waiting for it to be like completely fixed, and then I just was like, I have to play this all over again. Cause I'm at the I was at the last part of the game, the very end. So,
Okay.
but I think it was in development. Yeah, like in 2016 or something. Like early, like them like writing it out or whatever, the planning stages.
Yeah. But,
More like
in Breath of the Wild 2, like I remember people freaking out over that thing's delay, and when I heard about that delay, I was like, wait, this was supposed to come out in 2022. I mean, I was not surprised at all.
Yeah. I don't know. Who cares about Zelda? Zelda sucks.
Yeah, Zelda. After what was it? Majora's Mask. I'm just like, I don't care anymore.
That was 22 years ago.
The furry one, where
the furry one? What do I like? Okay, Leroy, you've been on your weird furry stick for like days now.
I played the furry one where Zelda turns into a wolf, and it's
Twilight Princess.
Yeah, Link, right?
Zelda doesn't turn into a wolf. That
was Link.
What's the point?
Anyway.
He's doing that theme that I just said like 10 minutes ago, where he says something fucking stupid, and then someone corrects him and you go,
I'm not even gonna try correcting him.
Thank you.
I beat the Oracle games recently, and they're really solid games. I like them a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure Breath of the Wild 2 is gonna be good. I mean, I like Breath of the Wild 1.
Breath of the Wild was bad.
I didn't think it was amazing. I thought it was like a 7 out of 10, which apparently is enough for people to DDoS me and dox me and send me death threats, but
it wasn't like groundbreaking. It just, to me, it just felt like Red Dead Redemption 2. I kept thinking about Red Dead Redemption 2 when I was playing it.
Yeah, I mean, okay, well, like, the point is, it's like, I mean, I'm sure Breath of the Wild 2 is gonna be good, but it's like, the thing about, like, that delay and just delays in general, it's that every time you delay the game, people's expectations get higher, so Breath of the Wild 2, it's gonna, like,
the fuck was that noise? What was that? Did anybody else hear that fucking eldritch demon just, like, come up and, like, what the fuck was that? Was that your mic, Gnarly?
No.
Wait, what happened?
I was just talking.
That was fucking weird, man. I'm gonna re-listen to this podcast. That was fucking weird. Somebody heard it. It's not just me, bro. It wasn't just
you. I didn't hear anything.
I get what you're saying though, Gnarly, because people do get their build up their expectations, but at the same time, play or do anything else. Like I think that when people fixate on one specific game or whatever, it's like so dumb.
Yeah, no, I could say the same thing about the SMT community. Like these MFs are just like won't touch anything else because they think liking SMT makes them like so special and edgy when they're just literally like not.
Yeah, and they'll just get hyped around whatever's coming out next, and they'll just be like, "Why isn't it out yet?" And it's like,
yo, go touch grass, go play something else. Holy crap!
So many good games out right now, like Neo 2.
Well, I mean, SMT5 came out like 5 years after it was announced, and then we got Soul Hackers 2, which is not even coming out a year after it was announced.
Yeah, but that's because look at the way that they made Soul Hackers 2. They cut I wouldn't say cut corners, but it's a lot simpler than what they were doing with SMT5.
Well, yeah, I mean, considering that we didn't have to wait that long, people are probably gonna, at least the fans are probably gonna go easier on it than they were on SMT5.
No, I mean,
fans were easy on SMT5 or hard on SMT5, bro.
You were.
I was. I'm not a fan. Fuck that.
Oh,
I revoke my ability, my right to be a fan. Not my right, my desire to be a fan.
Rights?
Nuh-uh. Nobody's revoking my. Shut the fuck up.
You're gonna revoke your rights?
Stop. Stop. No. I don't even feel like people were fucking. I had this conversation with LaRue. Like, I'm not about to have this fucking SMT5 conversation again, so I'll make it short. Nobody was fucking hard on that game, bro. Everyone was either super hyperbolic, this game is the best SMT game ever, best RPG ever, or super negative to the point where you're not even going to take their opinion seriously. Everybody else was in the fucking middle, where it was like, yeah, the story has some problems, but the gameplay is really good. There's no actual fucking criticism there. It's just mimicking and regurgitating the same bullshit you heard from everybody else so you don't have an accidental hot take and get your fucking head chopped off on Twitter.com. Nobody was fucking hard on that game. The only people that were taken fucking seriously because, like I said, it was either all positive or all negative. It's dumb. No one was fucking horny like it. Shut up.
Well, I mean,
No one
that's
has
just a
no
lot
on.
of gaming communities in general. Either something's amazing or it's trash.
Yeah, like Elden
Sure,
Ring,
sure.
it's really bad, but you know people still love it. Like
We're just gonna. Why we fucking? Can I mute him again, bro?
No,
Can I
like,
mute him
'cause-
again. Like, who
because
the fuck?
I have like almost like 300 hours or whatever in Elden Ring, and it's kind of like what if Dark Souls was kind of watered down a bit and spread out. It doesn't feel like as like cohesive as other projects, but people are just so enamored by the fact that it's big and that there's so many mysteries that it somehow heightens the quality, but it's not. The game is hyper repetitive, even by from software standards. So like, if like even someone like me who I love repetition, I play MMOs. Like that's like my favorite genre of game is doing the same thing over and over. But like, it's not good in Elden Ring. It's really tedious, and all the fights are the same. No matter no matter how big or small the enemy is, all it is the same like 3 moves.
I don't have much of an opinion. I only played like 4 hours of Elden Ring, and like the only FromSoft game I actually like beaten was Sekiro, and that's it.
Like them all, but I'm like one of the people who like From Software, but my favorite From Software game is Kuon, and no one talks about Kuon, so it's like
You know which
so
game nobody
quirky,
talks
man.
about
You're so
though is
quirky.
3D dot game heroes.
no what was it Metal Wolf Chaos?
Oh, that too.
That game is fun.
and it's not quirky to like Kuon. I like Japanese mythology, and the game's about Japanese mythology. Why else would I be excited? It's about Japanese mythology. You play as Kuzunoa. Like,
But do you play as the president of the United States?
you can do that in Mockin Edge.
That game
That-
was never released. Well, I mean, it got re-released, but the original was never released outside Japan. But all the voice acting's in English.
Hmm. I always found that kind of weird when games like have that, where it's like they only ever release in Japan, but like
Or
they have like an English cast.
Or they release in Europe, but not North America.
Yeah. Very strange.
Yeah. According to the Atlas survey, North America is just USA.
Ouch.
Yeah.
I guess Gap doesn't exist then.
No.
It doesn't.
All right.
She's America Junior.
Okay, so the next topic or the last topic before we get to questions, we got there is a new fan translation being worked on from translator Tom, and it is SMT1 on the PSX. So, yeah, I mean, I think it's cool. I don't really think it's necessary, but I mean, I'm always glad to have more translations. I mean, okay, are there any major differences between it and the Game Boy Advance or SNES versions?
It's a lot different from the SNES versions because it has like the graphics are done differently, ugly in my opinion, but they're redone. I don't think the PSX version has the visionary items, does it? Because the visionary items were like these dumb little cutscene things that you can see that add extra exposition to the game. So like you'd see how your mom got eaten by the demon in the beginning and like what Pascal was up to.
The only differences that I know are just like the basic ones, which is like the fact that the dungeons are in 3D and are actually like polygonal, and the fact that the soundtrack is like not 16-bit.
Yeah, they also make the normal difficulty the hard mode, and so like the default difficulty in the PSX version is actually an easy mode, and the original SNES difficulty is the hard mode setting.
Oh, so it's like Mega Man 2 North America.
Yeah,
All
but
right.
the reason why I said it's necessary is because like translating is hard, but the guy who did the translation for most of the SNES Megaten games took a lot of liberties. So like SMT1, 2, and If like have such random changes that literally affect the story, especially in SMT2.
I know there's a lot of cursing in them.
Yeah, and it's like just unnecessary changes. So I like Tom because he does the accurate translations. And he just does like a 1-to-1 or whatever the best like English analogous would be. So it'll be like a faithful translation instead of one where they take liberties. So I think that's worth it.
But yeah, so definitely keep an eye out for that. And also he hasn't specified what, but he has said he's going to be working on more Megaton translations. So I'm hoping for, well, I mean I want to say Devil Summoner, but we already know there's a one being worked on for Devil Summoner. But you know, it's Saturn, and it's also CJ Iwakura, so yeah, could come out in a year or 20.
Wait, is that guy working on the Saturn version or the PSP version?
I don't know which version. I just know he's working on it because I remember he posted updates on it last year.
Right. I would want them to do the Devil Children games. I think there's like the only ones that are not translated yet, right? Like Devil Children and Ronde.
Yeah, Ron. I think Ron has a translated script, but it's not like there's not like a translation of the game that you could patch it onto. And you know what? I also want to see English subtitles for Devil Children anime.
Yeah.
Like we don't.
Little
have
friend
that.
was working on it at one point, but it was too much work for her.
No. You just get like a translator from Crunchyroll. Just pay them to do it.
I don't think it works that way.
I don't
I
think
think there's a lot.
Can anyone
I think
hear
there's a lot. Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I needed to pee.
Nice. How was it?
Okay.
You want to buy some Gamer Girl pee?
I mean,
Oh,
you're drinking a lot of water, right? So it's like not like that super dark yellow.
Yep.
Can we not have a fucking discussion about nobody's fucking piss, please? I tune every time LaRue speaks. I like click, my brain clicks and turns off, and I just turn back in. And is your pee dark? What the fuck is wrong with you? All you're talking about is furries and feet and piss.
What the?
Somebody gotta take you outside, bro.
Why are you fixating on that, dude? I was worried. See, like, okay, you're thinking
Why
about
are
it from the
you
perspective
fixating
of
on
like a
it?
fetish.
That's the better
I'm
question.
thinking
Why
about
are
it from the
you
perspective of caring
fixating
about
on
my
it,
friend
buddy?
and wanting her to be hydrated? I'm sorry that I care about how much water you guys all take. A sip right now. You need to take a sip, Simply Dad. Simply Dad.
Sippy Dad.
Shut the fuck. I've been drinking water. All I do is drink water. I don't drink anything but water and dark liquor, but that doesn't not nearly as much.
Okay, well, that's it for our topic, so let's get on to questions.
No, actually, because you're so smart and shut up. What did everybody take the Atlas survey? What'd you think about it? It was really stupid in my opinion. Did you do it?
Yeah, I did it. It was dumb.
I haven't done it.
You haven't done it,
I did
Gnarly.
the
You're the
last
SMT
one.
guy. You're like the only person in this chat who actually still likes Atlas, and you didn't take the Atlas survey.
What? I mean, I guess I could take it at some point. I just don't really feel the need to.
Wow. Are you saying that you're? Yeah, it stopped like 2 days ago. You're saying your opinion won't affect how Atlas runs their business? You're saying that our opinion as Americans will not change what the Japanese company does? That's messed up, man. That's crazy.
That's what's up. I don't know. I think it was dumb, but there was a huge focus on remasters in the survey, and then they had that news where Sega was like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna be focusing on a lot of remasters and ports." So
maybe we can get DDS remastered.
I think so, because the girl that used to do the Persona live streams, that she still does Atlas live streams. Her name is Chiaki. She keeps talking about it. Like, I follow her on Twitter, and she's like talks about DDS. Or she's been talking about it a lot lately. Like, as in she went from not talking about it all last year to talking about it a lot, like ever since last month. So
yeah, but so yeah. But anyway, unless we have any more topics, I'd like to get into questions.
Here's a topic. How you doing, Yarly?
Shut up. Go to questions.
Okay, I'm fine. Okay. All right, first question is from Ghostwind, and he asks, okay, so ever since SMT X Fire Emblem got a lot of people intrigued with the idea of Megaton doing crossovers with different series, even if TMS ended up a bit mixed, and if this ever happens again, which game series would you love to see having a proper crossover game with Megaton?
That was a lot of words.
Okay, the short version is what crossover with Megaton would you like to see from another
I
series?
think we get this question like every fucking episode. What do you want
Wait.
from us, bro?
Yeah, I was gonna
Watch
say
the
like I
damn
think
podcast
crossover
before you
before.
ask the damn question.
Okay, well, to be fair, I mean, we haven't. This is like, and we talked about this before, but it was one of the old episodes, so.
It wasn't old. Like I distinctly remember me bringing up like Pokemon and SMT. I thought that was a recent one. Yeah,
we can
That was-
answer it anyways because we got guests and shit. Like,
that's true.
but damn,
We have
like
different answers.
Ghostwind, I know you're gonna watch this shit because you probably gonna be like, I wonder if they're gonna answer my question. Fucking watch the damn episode before you fucking ask the same damn question, bitch. Bitch. All right, answer the question. What do you want anything to cross over with?
My answer's Doom. I've been saying this for a long time. I want to see Doom Slayer in SMT.
No.
No.
No, no
You got a better
crossovers, no
idea?
crossovers, because every time there's a crossover, it's something disappointing, like the fucking PUBG X Evangelion or .hack X Sword Art Online. No crossovers.
Isn't
Wait,
that
Dot Hack
what
did
the
a
question's
crossover with
about?
Sword Art Online?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I did. I forgot.
Isn't there this
funny.
like Final Fantasy mobile game that's currently getting crossover with Royal?
I don't know.
I've just been seeing ads for this
What?
mobile
I
game.
mean, when I think crossover, I think of like Arena and what's another one that they've done, like TMS and Strikers.
Well, I think what he means is like full crossover games, not just collaborations.
I don't think that's good. I think those are dumb.
Atlas
Yeah.
can't even handle their own fucking games. You think they can handle a fucking crossover, bro? Like,
Because like, what would blend well with like, what would blend well and also be good, and also they're
Okay. To be fair, I did like the DX2. I did like the DX2 Ghost in the Shell crossover.
okay, but
Yeah.
that is not what we said. We
No,
said
they're
like,
talking-
an
Yeah, not
actual
collaboration.
crossover game, not a collaboration event.
Yeah, it would be like the people who make Dragon Quest and the people who make Persona making a new game like Persona Dragon Quest, and it would be both things together. But I can't think of a thing that I would want,
Well, I keep
Because-
saying Doom.
and I don't think it's a good idea.
Why?
What do you want? Because it's not a good idea.
Why is it not a good idea?
That's not a good idea because.
Okay.
Why
So
is
the
it
long
work?
story short is
They
the long story
both-
short is
they
all the
both
creative
involve-
heads.
Okay,
But
go
the
ahead.
reason why I don't think it's a good idea is all the creative heads that I think would have been able to handle the idea don't work at Atlas anymore. It's like, who's gonna make that idea work? And Atlas is super controlling. If you look at any of the interviews for like the three things, the collaborations, Atlas like was super controlling and didn't let them do much.
Well,
Which
What
is
if
why
they-
TMS wasn't
what-
it the other way around? Wasn't it Intelligent Systems that was controlling?
Yeah, but that's because they were working with Nintendo. But if you
Okay, but what if John Carmack and John Romero started working at Atlas?
don't know who those people are,
They're the ones that made the original Doom. John Carmack was the programmer, and Romero did level
No,
design.
Robbie, you don't understand. It's not as obscure or quirky enough for LaRue to be interested in it. It's not even worth explaining. Bro.
Romero's gonna make you his bitch.
I've played Doom and I've played Wolfenstein. I'm aware of those things. Just because I don't know the names of the people, simply
They
that
were the OGs behind the original Doom and Wolfenstein
thank you.
3D.
I didn't know that, and now I know that.
Yeah.
That's so crazy that you can
They're
tell
the-
me without being rude.
They were the two Johns basically, the John Carmack and John Romero.
I mean, it would just. I think the thing that would make it work to me is if those people were in control, and it was more like Atlas was lending them the IP instead of like them working together to make something. I just don't trust anyone at Atlas right now.
So I think if Doom cross like Atlas were to work, I think it would have to specifically tackle Strange Journey because Strange Journey's basic story and stuff matches that of Doom, and they would have to design the game more like a cross between the Etrian Odyssey style gameplay that like the DS games are known for, and then cross that with like something like idTech 1, the idTech 1 engine that that Doom and Doom 2 was based off of. So it'd have to play. So the gameplay and stuff would have to resemble more like the '90s Doom games than the new ones.
Well, I mean, there
At least in
was
my
a Doom
opinion.
RPG.
Yeah, but then also Strange Journey is like the least popular like mainline or one of them. So it's like
It is,
you're
but like if for a Doom thing to work, it would have to be like it would have to match with something that's like that makes the most sense with it. Like Doom crossing over with something like SMT5 or Nocturne wouldn't make as much sense as it crossing over with Strange Journey, because Strange Journey is literally the thing that's like, yeah, that's like the most like Doom.
Yeah, I just don't know if that. Like I said, I don't know if it would work because it's not a popular IP. It would have to be a popular one.
It would have to.
Maybe they could do a thing where like Doom guy is hopping to different realms, and then he winds up in the SMT realm, and then he has to learn about like demon negotiation and stuff. And
I
for
thought
gameplay, they can make it like. Yeah, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say for the gameplay, they can make it like a first-person shooter with RPG elements, kind of like the modern Fallouts or Stalker or something.
If it is like a first-person shooter, like I said, it would have to match the ones like the earlier Doom games, I feel.
Yeah.
So like no aiming or anything.
That's out of mind. They need to team up with the people who do Project Diva and do like a proper dancing game that's actually good.
Oh yeah, I agree with that. I totally agree with that.
I like the music. Megaton has great music. It just sucks that there's no real good rhythm game that's actually.
What's the Persona dancing games based off of? Because I remember hearing that the gameplay was based off of something, but I never bothered doing research regarding what it's actually based off of.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but if I remember correctly, it was originally supposed to be developed by the makers of Project Diva, but then they bailed.
I think they went bankrupt actually. I think it was Dingo Studio or something. I don't remember. Yeah.
But we at least we have Hatsune Miku and Dancing All Night.
One of the rarest pieces of Persona merch is Hatsune Miku plush. Yeah, I mean, I would want that, I guess. Like, it's hard to think of collabs because you have to think of like the companies have to already have good rapport, and we have to like have competent like heads of the studios and whatever. Atlas just like lost like a couple of major players for Persona and for
Wait, really?
Well, yeah, like Megidolaon.
Yeah, Hashino left a while back too.
Yeah.
Oh damn.
So it's like, what are they gonna like? They're not gonna have a whole lot, and then the only companies that they've collabed with, we've already kind of seen them do stuff. The only one that they haven't done a game with that's Megaten would be like Vanillaware, and that would be very fetishy based on the art that I've seen from Vanillaware.
Isn't that how the games are already at this point?
True.
Is that how they are already?
Capcom and Platinum would also be like a likely like sell too, because of the fact that Dante and Bayonetta were in DX2.
See, like I would definitely like Platinum games for that, because Platinum knows what they're doing. I've never not enjoyed a Platinum game.
People say Platinum and Raito.
I heard the Avatar game wasn't.
Yo, Raito 3 Raito 3 collab with Bayonetta. That would be so sick.
Korra.
I could see something like that. I just don't want Raito because I think he's a boring character, but
Bruh. Watch out, Cherry's gonna fucking come for your throat.
I like the other guy. The one from Soul Hackers. He's like the super underrated. He doesn't do anything.
Oh, the MC in that one?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he was cool.
Alright, well, okay, let's move on to the next question. Alright, Velma Dinkley asks, if there was a SMT theme park, what rides or foods would be available?
That's a dumbass question. Why would you post that one? I don't want to answer that.
The fact that Velma Dinkley asked that question, that's amazing.
In parentheses, little bitch, which makes sense. It's a bitch question.
Hey, I mean, we got
if
Pokemon.
there was an SMT theme park, when you were to go on the Jack Frost ride,
that's what you sound like, bro. What are you, a fucking child?
We got Pokemon theme parks.
You have to add a Jinkies in the end too.
I want to go to Mario theme park, low key. When are we going to Mario theme park, LaRue?
Gotta go to Japan for that. The Super Mario World, I think it's called.
You're also opening the Studio Ghibli theme park this year, too.
Fuck Studio. I don't give a fuck about no studio. When are we going to Mario theme park?
Yeah, you say LaRue has bad opinions.
I know.
Yeah. Like he does it. What the fuck?
Oh, if
That
they
goes
make
without
a
saying.
Studio
Hello?
Ghibli theme park, I would want a Nausicaa ride. I want to ride on that like
Is there a
flying
Nausicaa?
titan.
Okay, I love Nausicaa. It's such a good movie.
I know.
Oh, that movie.
I don't know any of the ones. What's the one with the fish with Liam Neeson?
Ponyo?
I watched that
Ponyo.
one. I know the one with the ghost guy, the funny masked ghost guy. I
Right.
thought that movie was boring as shit. I watched it as a kid though, so like I don't know.
I know Castle Cagliostro doesn't count, but I want to
What the
recreate the
fuck?
chase scene from that
Okay,
movie.
we're getting a little too sidetracked. What would
You're
you
Well,
getting
the
a little
question's
too
dumb as
sidetracked.
fuck. We're not answering the question, so like.
Well, here's the answer. They would have Jack Frost like slushies or whatever.
Jack Frost snow
Yeah.
cones.
Oh yes.
Oh, I would, yeah. And then they would have like Magatama gummy worms or something.
And then like a Huang Long fucking roller coaster or some shit. You're like riding on his back or some shit.
Oh, that'd be cool. Like a dark ride would be like a Masakado thing. Like he's like,
Nandi burgers. I want burgers that are themed after Nandi. I think that'd be delicious.
Well, actually, now that you mention it, at Anime Expo in 2019, one of the food trucks had
Ooh, the
Persona 5
Okamoto-
stuff.
Yeah, the Okamoto food truck.
Man,
I
why are
remember
we
that.
answering this man's question? This question is stupid, and we're all answering it. I'm answering it too.
well,
I feel so
I used
dumb.
to watch. I loved watching Scooby Doo back when I was a kid. I think it's only fair that we.
the best thing they could
I
do
get
is
back.
literally, if they made it look exactly like Tokyo Disneyland and called it Tokyo Destinyland, that'd be so funny. Like that's what I want.
All you
Like,
need.
They'd have a
Oh.
maze based on Sector Crust.
Oh, and they'd have the cut Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck enemies from SMT1 as like mascots.
It's not
Yeah.
gross.
They'd have a Persona 3 like hotel escape room.
I mean, man, I would.
I like LaRue's idea, like the whole Destinyland thing, but just like remake it to like SMT1's Destinyland. And there you go. Problem solved. That's the
Mario
answer to
World.
the question.
Yeah. All right, but okay, yes, thank you for your question. All right, next question is by Cisse Pood. I probably mispronounced that, but since the Atlas online store opened in the beginning of the year, what are you guys' essential thoughts, and do you think there some improvement needs to work on?
Giving us actually good things that people want.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's almost exactly like the old one that got shut down. The only difference is they added like posters, which is good, but they don't have like merch that people want. Like people want plushes. There's no plushes. People want to also be able to afford the shipping, and the shipping is crazy expensive.
They've never addressed
I
that
went the
either,
wrong
have
direction.
they?
I'm bad.
What'd you say?
What?
Nope. Never mind. Don't listen to me.
Oh, okay.
We
I'm
weren't
just like,
anyways.
I'm
You just
like-
started shouting, so I was really concerned for your health.
They could also do with bringing over some of the Japanese exclusive merch, because it's hard to get unless you pay for importing fees. So if they just like listed some of the stuff they have in Japan, that would be smart. Also, but they don't do any of that. And also, there's like so many franchises not represented, like Trauma Center, Etrian Odyssey.
No, don't nobody gonna fuck. Ooh, stop. Give a good idea before you say something fucking stupid. No,
talking
you had a
about?
good idea with bring over some of the rare merch from Japan that's hard to come across, and then you said some dumb shit like Etrian Odyssey and Trauma. No, people
It's
like you
very
gotta.
simple.
No,
You
shut
make
up, bitch.
posters.
Shut up. You gotta accept that people who are buying shit from the Atlas store are not going. Where's my Trauma Center merch? Can we focus on getting good shit for the games that are already being like sold before we worry about fucking Trauma Center and Etrian Odyssey? Why don't
Well, the problem is that they're making merch that people don't want. People don't want.
you
a lot
think
of
people want Etrian Odyssey merch and Trauma Center merch
literally
in the year
asked
of our
on
Lord
Twitter, and they literally
2022?
said they
You
want-
and Yarly and
I
fucking
do.
Joe Normie on Twitter.com are the only three people that are gonna buy no fucking Trauma Center under the knife fucking shirt. Can we please
because I
focus on
literally
getting
asked
what
on
we
Twitter
got to
and
be
more than-
good
and I-
before we
I-
branch out to some other shit that 99% of people don't give a fuck about?
I mean, it's crazy because you're talking about a niche, a company that has a
Oh
series
my
of niche things. How many people wanted Catherine merch? And there's a lot of
That's
Catherine.
one, bro. Catherine Full Body is like one of their big games. Catherine is one of their big games. Don't give me that fucking
Crazy,
bullshit,
and
bro.
You shouldn't talk about things if you don't know.
Trauma Center is big when they
Yeah.
gave shit about
When it came
They
out
could
and
bring
it's
it- they
not
could bring it
relevant
back,
anymore.
it'd
Catherine,
become
they
relevant.
can. But they won't. Catherine Fullbody came out when? Fucking 2018. It's still relevant and it's still a pretty good game. People love that game. I love that game.
Crazy.
But my point is, fuck asking for anything else besides getting what we have already to be good. And what good merch is good t-shirts with not dog shit ass designs and posters and like keychains and plushies. We don't need no fucking coasters, maybe some hats too. We don't need Vincent's boxer briefs because they're not boxer briefs. You know what I mean? We don't need no like it's just dumb, man. Like I get the mugs. Some people want like fucking Demi-Fiend coffee mug, but like some of their designs are just trash, bro. Mouse pads for Nocturne, like $200 skateboard. If I see you in the street with a fucking Persona 5 skateboard, I am pushing you off that bitch. Phone cases are cool. Throw pillows are okay, be honest, is anybody buying a fucking throw pillow for like merch and shit? That's what I mean, bro. Get what we got good before we fucking worry about getting no fucking anything else. Make what we have right now good. Make the shirts designs better.
What you're saying
make the posters better.
What I was saying, you just kind of changed it into an argument no one was making.
You're fucking dumb. You're dumb. You're asking for shit that like they would fuck if they made Etrian Odyssey merch. They'd fuck that up too.
Okay,
that's my point. Stop asking for shit when they can't even get what they got already, right?
The question was, what are your thoughts on the thing? And I said these are things that they should do. I never said drop everything immediately and start making.
Yeah, that's what you sound like.
Odyssey merch. You just started taking this little thing. No wonder why you don't understand Persona 3 because you can't take the 5 seconds to listen to the dialogue. Your brain turns.
I listen to the dialogue. Let's not change the subject, baby. I listen to that dialogue. That game is ass, bro. If you're moving into I didn't understand Persona 3, so it's a bad thing. Like
no. Persona 4 is the bad game.
See you next time.
See, this is why we don't. This is why we don't invite LaRue. This is why. Look what happened to our beautiful podcast. Everybody's shouting, the kids is crying. Like everybody's outside with their shoes off and shit. Everyone's swinging at each other. It's like a bad family reunion whenever Laura's on here. You're dumb, by the way. Stop asking for fucking Etrian Odyssey merch and Trauma Center. I mean, Trauma Center would be badass, but like, shut up.
Okay,
bitch.
Well, I'd say that was a pretty good answer.
That was a
good answer. Thanks for the question, man. I appreciate that. What was her name?
He said puede.
I'm not saying that. Thank you, Kylo Omega. Follows me on twitter.com.
Okay. All right, next question is by Tony Jabroni. Do you guys play / enjoy the Etrian Odyssey franchise? If so, do you think the franchise?
It's Joe Normie, like I said. It's Joe Normie from twitter.com. Let's go.
I wanted to get into it, but I still have yet to try one.
We found a third Etrian Odyssey fan.
I haven't played the Etrian Odyssey, but played Persona Q, and I mean, I think
and Train Journey.
They could put it on. I mean, they could probably like put it on PC, and you use the mouse to put stuff on the map.
The mouse.
Surprised there hasn't been an Etrian Odyssey re-release.
Yo, actually, I can't believe I'm saying this, but it would have like the Wii U would have been great for Etrian Odyssey, using the gamepad as a map.
That ship's already sailed, unfortunately.
Yeah, it sailed when it launched.
Yeah. Etrian's good. The art style is just ugly and very, very, very sus. Like, have you guys ever seen the cover art for the art book? It's like, I don't even think I should post it on the server because it's really disgusting.
Who cares,
like
also, don't cut out a single fucking second of that. Whatever the fuck just happened like 2 minutes ago. I want everyone to hear that. Just fucking.
Yeah, I want people to understand that Simply Dad is literally as deranged as people think he is.
What do you mean, bro? You're the one who's stupid. My point was that you're asking for shit when they can't even get the one thing right.
I'm gonna put you in the front, dude.
What'd you say? What'd you say to me?
I will punch you in the throat.
You can't even reach me. You are 4'11". I'm a stout 6'2". You couldn't even reach my chest. You got them stubby ass arms.
I'll punch you in the.
Talk about you gonna punch me. You're a little ankle biter. That's what you were. Can imagine. Anyway. We're gonna meet up we're gonna go get some dinner or some bullshit. We'll meet up. I'm like, hey, what's up, Laruni? And he's gonna be like, rah, 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 on my ankles and shit. Like, That's all you do. You're a little ankle biter.
I'm gonna send you a video of me burning your birthday present.
That I haven't gotten in like 3 fucking years. Oh, boo-hoo. Don't do that though. I want it. It's cool.
Okay.
Thank you for the question.
Hi.
Did you guys actually answer the question?
I don't
have played
talk
it.
about
It's good.
Action Odyssey, bro. It's fine.
I answered the question as soon as you asked. I was like, yeah, I have no experience.
I've never played it, and I have no desire.
Yeah, I mean,
It looks fine.
Yeah, I mean, I think
I'm
like,
basically there, but I have a desire to play it. It looks interesting.
but yeah, I mean, I think it work on PC. Would say Wii U, but it's too late. So, yeah.
If it does come out on PC, that'd be
Okay.
perfect.
Why'd you even consider
gotta get
Wii U,
it.
bro? Why'd you even think about
I
that?
think he had
just
Wii U
thought,
on the
oh
mind.
yeah, okay, we get the gamepad with the touchpad works kind of like the DS touchscreen.
Doesn't the Switch have a touchscreen?
Well, yeah,
It
but
does if you
were to-
if you have it undocked, but if you have
Yeah.
it docked, then there's no touchscreen capabilities for
yeah,
it.
and I don't want to say mobile phone because then it's just gonna be free to play and there's gonna be microtransactions and it's gonna suck. So
Oh yeah, the Xenoblade fan wants to move on. Wait, are you the Xeno or is it? It's
No.
Mecha, ain't it? Mecha?
It's Maka and me.
Oh, okay. Of course, the Xenoblade fan said that's normal JRPG. I pray for your soul every day. God bless you. I'm not even religious like that, but God bless you, man.
Thank you.
okay, Mito Requiem asks if the Raito games were revived, would you want it to be more action game focused, sort of like DMC with the demons as an extension of Raito, or an action RPG similar to Kingdom Hearts? And would you be open to Raito having a humanoid partner like other Kuzunoas?
Like other
I didn't understand the question.
Okay, you want it to be more action. You want it to be less RPG, more action, less action, more RPG. And would you want there to be other human allies?
I don't know. I mean, to me, I feel like either or works. If it's like more action, then that's cool, and if it's more RPG, then that's cool. I'm okay with either or personally.
I mean, I don't think it should be less like action, but I think there should be RPG elements because that's kind of like, because like honestly, if it weren't for like the whole, like SMT and RPG aspects of the Raito games, I probably wouldn't have finished them because I just don't really like games in that style, if I'm being perfectly honest.
I think we've already had this question. This is another one of the things where the question's been answered like a bazillion times, right?
Oh, do you guys hear thunder?
No.
I'm in California, baby. I'm
Nope.
Yeah,
we
never
are in a
rains
completely
there.
different state.
It
like,
just started thundering, so if you hear any thunder in the background, I apologize.
I forgive you. It's okay. You gonna apologize for interrupting me? Like,
Yes.
I don't know.
No. Go on then. Apologize.
I'm sorry, okay?
For what? Sorry for what?
For interrupting you.
No, it's okay, man. You don't gotta apologize. I'm fucking with you.
Okay.
You're so funny and weak. That was actually kind of cute. Anyways, we already had this question like a bazillion times. I think my opinion was that if we were having another Raito game, actually no, the question we get all the time is,
Would you want Platinum Games to work on a Raito 3?
which is
I
something we've
remember
been
hearing
hearing for
about
the
that,
past like 50 fucking thousand years. But no, my opinion was that I felt like take the Persona 5 Strikers engine, that would be perfect for Raito. Instead of summoning personas, that little like frozen time thing could just be you selecting like a target for your demons and a skill or some bullshit. That'd be perfect. Like that shit is perfect. I think that it would fit Raito infinitely better than it fit Persona. You know what I mean? That whole engine would be perfect for a Raito game, but I don't think that happened. That's too smart of an idea for Atlas.
Yeah, you guys have anything? Everyone else, you guys have anything to say?
No.
No, not really.
That sounded
I hate Persona 4. Persona 4 is the worst game in the franchise.
Sound a little up
There.
my own ass. Yeah, that's too smart of an idea for Atlas. Like, I didn't mean to like that, but
Yeah, because when you say
is
like that, it's like those people that go, "Oh, Atlas moment" or "Atlas being Atlas."
yeah. I mean, it's a good idea, but I don't see it
Atlas
happening.
being
Was
Atlas
the
when they
joke I was trying
release
to make?
$100 DLC.
Did they do that?
And that's when you call them
Yeah,
out. And,
Persona 3 and 5 dancing.
Ah.
yeah.
Alright, okay. Next question is by Fred Peppers. He asks, what are your Nintendo / Microsoft / Sony predictions / hopes for June?
God.
Ugh, I'm the worst when it comes
I
to
wanna-
predictions.
I mean, I don't
What
I don't
happens
really
in
have
June?
any predictions, but I would like to see a trailer for the Mario movie.
Yeah.
I do not want to see that.
I want to see it. I just want to hear Chris Pratt as Mario, man. I just want
Be
to
like-
be real.
Hey, it's me, Chris Pratt. Like, it's gonna be his normal voice, I guarantee you.
He's gonna do a Seth Rogen impression while Seth Rogen plays Donkey Kong.
I just think it's
Bruh.
gonna be ridiculous that anybody with like the slightest bit of bass in their voice playing Mario. You know what I mean? Because I hear Mario, I think of Charles Martinet's like real whimsical voice,
Well, Bono.
and I can imagine Mario's voice is just gonna be him speaking in like, or Chris Pratt speaking in like a lighter tone. He's like, "Come on, Luigi, we gotta save the princess." It's just gonna sound weird, man. I just want to hear him talk. It's gonna be funny as hell.
I'm gonna hear Seth Rogen do that annoying laugh he does.
Yeah. And he's also gonna be in the Chippendales movie too.
Sonic's gonna be
Chippendale
in the
Rescue
Chippendale
Ranger.
movie.
Yeah, the bad Sonic.
Oh, the 2019 one.
No, yeah, like the one that they deleted and redid, the old model.
Yeah. Damn, I've always wanted to see kind of like what Tails and Knuckles would have looked like in that design.
Would be cool.
It would have been.
I mean, it'd be cool in a bad way.
Yeah. What happens in June? Like, what is this? What is like? Is there like a?
I think it's literally just because of the fact
Well,
it's next month, right?
Well, not E3, but I know like these like a bunch of companies are having their own
yeah.
presentations.
That's true. I forgot. Yeah, because E3 got canceled, so technically, yeah, June would be
E3
like
is
E3,
dead.
huh? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really follow game news people.
E3.
Maybe like an
dead.
announcement.
DED dead.
Yeah, maybe like an official announcement in June that like, hey guys, I know E3 has been around since like 1995 or whatever, but like, we're done with E3. E3 is now canceled forever.
Maybe they'll bring something else back in its place, like E4.
Oh God, no.
Well, I mean, in its
I
current
think I'm good.
incarnation, it makes like no sense. Because
Yeah, everything's streamed now. Like even
Yeah.
like even before COVID, like everything was
Yeah.
like streaming.
Well, I
so
mean, yeah, I remember when Sony bailed from E3. I think it was like 2019. Everyone was saying, "Oh, E3 is becoming irrelevant."
yeah,
It's like, I mean, I get it's easier to stream, but I mean, I've never been to E3, but from what I've seen, it's like, it just seems like a kind of experience that you wouldn't get that you like just can't get from watching a stream, you know?
yeah, you can't. Because
Yeah, it's
well, I mean,
true.
That's why I want to go, but you know, you can't go to E3 if there is no E3.
Mhm.
Isn't E3 canceled this year?
Yeah, it is,
This
yeah.
is
That's
the
why-
third
that's why
year
I
in a
brought it
row
up.
it's been canceled.
I mean, the way it worked was interesting. It was like cool, like but it doesn't really function. Like okay, so what I mean by that is like the original way it was like it was for people who are in the industry to network and basically shop around ideas and get funding for games and whatever.
Oh yeah. I know what you're talking about because like I saw recordings of like what E3 95 and 96 used to look like, and it was so different back then compared to how E3 was up
Badass,
until like
man.
2018, 19. Yeah.
It was
They
sick.
give away crazy things too. Like one of my friends, he went to E3 like 2007 or 2006, and they were giving away like flat screen TVs
Yeah.
as like, part of promos and stuff.
Yeah, the mid 2000s was like peak E3 because it was like there's like so
Conoco-
many things going.
Didn't Conoco show up one year to E3?
He showed up for 2004 and 2009.
Ooh, 2004 was a good E3 year from what I remember.
Yeah, Doi showed up too for 2013 E3.
Oh, yeah, I remember there being like a lot of coverage on the SMT4 back then.
But it's like E3 now is cool, but it's the way because I went a couple of times and it functions like I'm trying to think. It's kind of like just a regular Comic-Con or something where they're just kind of promoting the games already. The games are like we already know what games are there, and you can either look at them or at the demos, or you can play them, and then you get like some freebies for playing the demo.
Yeah,
Like,
I think it was like 2018 when they started opening it up to the public, but it used to be the only way you could get in was if you were like a journalist or a
Yeah.
reviewer
Developer, yeah.
or something.
Or with the industry, yeah. I think
Yeah.
from what I remember. Man.
But yeah, we got kind of sidetracked, but yeah, that's pretty much, I don't really have much in terms of hope. I just kind of want some new info on the Mario movie because I'm kind of looking forward to that.
Me too, man. I have like such a morbid curiosity for that shit. I need to see more.
Morbius?
Maybe if it's good, we'll get a Zelda movie.
I have a Morbius
Yeah.
curiosity
And
for
a
that.
Fire Emblem movie.
Bruh.
Fire Emblem.
Make I want them to make a Metroid movie, but make it like a survival horror. That would be
Okay.
Never
I
do
mean,
well. That
Metroid
would do
does have a
horribly.
lot of influence from the Alien series.
Yeah, that's why Metroid Zero is like the best Metroid. It's scary or creepy at least.
I still have yet to play that one.
You could play Dread. It's basically, isn't it a sequel or something?
You mean Metroid
I have Dread.
Fusion?
I do have Dread,
Fusion.
but I
That's what I
haven't.
meant, Fusion. Yeah, sorry.
All right, you guys have anything else you want to say?
No, I'm just hungry.
All right, yeah, we've only got a couple more questions. All right, next question is Genesect Lover 69, who asks, "Do you believe that SMT games tend to prefer or favor certain alignments more than others in terms of screen time or quality?"
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah.
dumb
Yes.
question.
Nowadays, yes.
Yes.
I mean,
back-
I
always.
mean, nowadays it's always been that way.
I would
That's
say
always-
always.
It's
but
literally
I'd say the worst offender is definitely SMT4.
Yeah.
Yeah, because SMT4 was like heavy on like the neutral game. Oh wait, are they saying? Wait, what was the question again? It was like if they had like any kind of favors toward like any
If they have
particular
any
element.
bias when making the
Oh yeah, definitely then. Yeah, never mind.
There's neutral bias in 1. There's like,
Law bias and
bias in 2.
and then chaos bias in 3. It's the only. That's the
Yeah.
only actual alignment in Nocturne. The officially demon ending is called chaos ending.
Mhm.
Oh,
Officially. No, and there's no other alignment names in those. And then
well, I mean,
you know.
I mean, if you're playing Maniacs, I think they want you to take True Demon Ending.
that's called destruction ending. It's not an alignment.
Oh my god.
No.
I'm sorry. Sorry that I know a thing. Simply died with the actually.
What? I didn't say anything. I didn't say... Why are you getting on my ass?
No, but
bro?
it doesn't
I
get
just,
your-
I just
doesn't
fucking
get
said
your-
I'm just sitting here waiting for my fucking turn, and you're jumping on my fucking neck.
Yeah,
I just think they all do have a bias towards one thing.
I would say them all. I mean, I think Devil Survivor 1 and 2 are pretty fair. I'd say Strange Journey, there's a tiny bias towards neutral. But
Tiny.
Tiny.
we mean
Oh, sorry.
tiny.
I mean
Yeah,
just
I mean-
mainline when I
yeah,
say
I mean
that
tiny.
there's bias. I only think mainline has a bias. I don't think the spin-offs do.
Okay. I mean, okay, it's tiny compared to SMT4. And then Apocalypse,
that's-
like, I don't really like either of those endings, but I think they're...
It's a very
I mean,
unfair
Apocalypse is just
comparison.
SMT4 neutral the game pretty much. So
Yeah.
Well, then
it's-
you got Anarchy and Peace, and I chose Anarchy.
They make the peace ending like you get punished for doing anarchy shit. Like you are actively yelled at the whole time if you
Mhm.
do make any anarchy decisions.
there's no actual innate benefit to going Anarchy either.
Well, you get to bring back
There's
Asami.
there's alignment points in
There's no
Apocalypse,
benefit.
and it only
I-
ever changes like one decision from what I like picked up playing the game like twice. Like when you at that point in the game where you have to choose between like being with your friends or being with Dogda, that's the only time I ever saw like the alignment points actually affect it. Like you get punished if you choose your friends, but you were siding with Dogda for the whole game, and vice versa.
Yeah,
That's-
you don't get your awakening abilities if you do that.
Really?
If you side with Dogda for the entire game and then choose your friends, you won't get your awakening abilities. Your friends won't trust you.
You don't get your like fucking overpowered pierce everything ability. Fuck that.
Nope. And then all your allies hate you, and then it makes the game much harder because they
Wait,
don't do
You don't...
stuff.
Wait, you're saying you don't get the overpowered Pierce ability if you side with
That is
Dogda?
what I just said.
That's what
That is
I did, and I still got it.
Wait,
Maybe. I mean, maybe
Maybe you
Claire's
have
just
to
a
do something
liar.
else, because I know for a fact that I took the Anarchy ending, and I got that.
Maybe
Are you
Claire
sure?
is
She meant
just a-
safety though.
Wait, what was that?
She meant peace though. Like if you
Oh.
got like if you did like the peace route and you decided to side with Dogda, then you don't get any of the actual like.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
if you choose Dogda, but you did like the friendly options for most of the game, the only punishment you get is that you lose all your items.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't do that.
Navarre throws them all away. And then on the other end, I think there's like severity to it because I remember I picked my friends, and in the Dogda fight, I lost all my demons as well. I don't know if that was just like a story thing or not, but I know that if it's the other way around, you just lose all your items, which I think is funny because those two things aren't nearly as like severe of a punishment.
Yeah, but okay, but we'll getting back on topic. Like the thing with SMT4, it's like you take the, I mean, you take like the law or the chaos endings. It's like you only fight one of the game's end bosses, and you can't complete the terminal quest, and they're overall just a lot shorter. But then you do the neutral ending. It's like you can fight both of them. You are able to complete the terminal quest, and then you also have to do those side quests to become the top ranked hunter. And it's there is a very obvious bias there, even though the SMT4's neutral ending is probably the worst ending in the entire franchise.
Oh yeah, for damn sure.
Wait, SMT4?
Yes,
yeah, they're
the
neutral.
Yeah.
Ass game or not ass game? Ass ending.
Like, I might do a video. I might do like a countdown of like the best and worst endings of like in the franchise, just so I can roast the shit out of the neutral ending in 4.
The main problem I have with SMT4 ending and going into Apocalypse, like why cast off the ceiling for Mikado and then make a sequel that just ignores all of that?
Well, where Apocalypse
dumb it
starts, I'm gonna fucking bite you. I'm gonna bite you. The way where Apocalypse starts is once you get out of the monochrome forest, it's not a direct sequel to the neutral ending. It starts in the middle of the neutral ending when Flynn's getting ready to fight Merkaba and Lucifer. I don't know why the fuck they did that, but
yeah, makes no sense.
Dumb. It's dumb. Stupid ass game. Apocalypse sucks ass. And yeah, SMT4 neutral is probably the worst.
Hey, I like Nozomi. Okay,
That's
the only character I like.
Looks nothing like.
Huh?
I said Nozomi was in Vanilla 4.
I know she was in Vanilla 4.
She was better in that game too.
Not really. The difference, like, Zomi and SMT4 looks completely different.
They
Like,
look
they just-
exactly the
Yeah,
same.
and
The
they-
only difference is that
They
she's
look
wearing
exactly the
short
same.
shorts.
Okay.
The only difference is that she's wearing
Okay.
short shorts and a visor, bro. Fuck you,
Okay.
mean?
She also didn't have a portrait either, which
I mean, she didn't have a portrait, but she doesn't look like the Nozomi we got.
She has a
Like-
cape, short shorts, and a visor. She just
I think that
changed
was
her
the-
clothes.
But I think the
Yeah.
whole like thing was like in Apocalypse they had a fairy like impersonate Nozomi like with that design, and then like when the real Nozomi showed up, then they had the updated design show up.
Yeah,
Which
where
is really
she has,
dumb. I
where
didn't
she
like
literally
that.
has none of the actual armor anymore, and now she's just like wearing.
Oh wow, yeah, it's not even a leather jacket. I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, they just changed it, which is
Yeah,
like,
they changed it.
and they also gave her a way
Wow.
bigger butt, which is not neither here nor there, but you know.
Hey, I
What?
like big butts and I cannot lie.
Laura, I don't know if you know what an ass looks like. That is like some string bean. That looks like Gnarly's like hips, bro. Like there's nothing there.
I didn't say hips. I said bust.
Oh, just say titties, bro. Like
Bust.
it's okay. You can say the titties word. No one's gonna judge you here, man. It's all right.
But
Okay.
Yeah.
Next question. And this is going to be the last one. All right. El Gran Tobacco asks, if given the power, which Megaton game would you erase from existence and never have it appear
Persona
in any way,
3.
shape, or form
Persona 4.
again?
Persona 4.
Sorry.
I chose this one because I wanted to hear Dad's answer. So
Persona
something
3.
will eventually fill the void, but it will be a completely different game.
Persona 4. Erase Persona 4.
would
I don't
probably-
have one.
I would say keep Persona 4 because that is like the most inoffensive. It's like so nothing. It's like a nothing game. but it was really good for the
keep
franchise.
the soundtrack and just erase the game.
I would say either 3 or 5, because like, what, like, you know what I mean? Something would fill the void, but like 3 is not good, and then 5 is not good. I would say like maybe erase 5, and hopefully they on their second try they'll come up with like an actually good game.
Can I say? Well, can I say 3 and 5 dancing?
Sure.
You can, because they were originally one game. They just split them because money.
Okay, yeah, get rid of those. Give us an actual like decent game that doesn't have horrible DLC.
There's like a little like bitter side of me that wants to say Nocturne simply because of how many fucking games like to reference Nocturne, and by that I mean 5. I don't know.
I mean, I don't like. I like the game, but I also kind of want to say TMS just because I want like a proper crossover Fire Emblem.
Yeah.
I mean,
Hard to say.
TMS could have been anything else, and it would have been just fine.
I'm trying to think, but it's like the idea of getting rid of something. I don't really feel strongly enough about something being awful to get rid of it. Like my initial reaction was like, "Oh, get rid of Apocalypse," but I'm like, it's not. Like, I don't like it, but it's like whatever. It doesn't. I don't feel like it's an awful game. I just think it's a very not for me game. But then something like 3-5 Dancing, I kind of agree more with, because it's almost like it could have been good, but it's so predatory. And like I was reading all the Wada interviews, like when he talks about the development of the game, and he just I don't know. Wada being in charge of Persona is like the scariest thing because he's not good at anything.
What was he saying?
He was just basically saying, well, so like I said, the first thing he said is that they started development of Persona 3-5 Dancing way back when Persona 4 Dancing came out. They immediately started working on it because they just predicted that Persona 5 was going to sell well. And basically, they removed the story, not because of anything besides they just thought people wouldn't want a story, which makes no sense because like I can't think, like, people watch the dumb visual novel for Arena, so why would people not want the story for Persona 3-5?
The story dancing was actually not terrible.
Persona 4 Dancing, yeah, it's not bad,
Yeah.
but then they removed the story. Like, they try to make it sound like it's a good thing, like they did it for good reasons, but they just did it because it's easier. So like that, and then he also like just, I don't know. I don't want to like just make people not like Wada. Just I don't trust him, and I agree with you. Persona 3-5 Dancing should go away, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And SMT Dancing will take its place.
oh no, please God.
DDS Dancing.
And you guys wonder why I fucking stopped doing SMT content?
You do SMT content?
Okay.
Stretch res, Stacy.
Hey, I see no difference. There's no difference.
All right.
I do though.
Robbie, do you have any? Are there any games
None.
that you?
None. Of the Mega 10 games of all the Mega 10 games I've played, there's not one that I don't like, not enjoy.
What if you had to choose one, or the world would end?
I don't mind if the world ended.
Damn.
Seriously, I don't.
I mean, if the
Tori's
world
not gonna
ends,
give
I
you
think
a
all the
Lamborghini.
SMT games go with it.
I got shit to
That's
do,
fine.
bro. I don't
That's
want the
fine.
world to end. Like,
It's
I
just
got
gonna
shit
be
to
on your
do,
little
places
like
to go.
space
People
space
are, like,
station with your COD, with your like computer.
It's too hard. It's
and
too
your
hard to pick
consoles and your
one.
games.
You're trying to get
hard
that
to pick one.
Nahabino plush. That's what this is.
he's getting his
Yeah.
double-handed got
He's
sword
mad.
ready to go, man.
I-
Charlie, how mad are you about I got a Nahabina plush and you did it?
Are you gonna ask me on a scale of 1 to 10,
Yep.
20?
What if I lit it on fire in front of you? Just for shits and giggles?
Well, I mean, it's yours. I don't care
I
what you
mean-
do with it.
I mean, like in terms of like in terms of like the Mega 10 franchise and stuff, like no, like all the games that I played and stuff are like a lot of fun, and like I don't really, I can't really say like what I would delete or whatever because like that because they all have like their own enjoyment in some way. So I honestly can't pick one.
Yeah, I mean, for the record, I like Persona 3 dancing because I like Persona 3 music. It's just hyper predatory and very anti-consumer.
Who the
and I
fuck?
hate that.
It's okay.
Like so I just hate it on the premise that they literally screwed over fans on purpose, and any company doing that is like already a bad thing. But the fact they charged more than almost twice as much as the game itself cost for DLC for the game, like, is so ridiculous. It's awful.
Yeah.
Like how Royals Day 1 DLC was like all $60.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate that. Anytime they do stuff like that, instant hate. Like, I would have said Royal just because I don't think I don't think it blends together well, the content from the beginning and the new content.
Oh, the thing is like if you bought like the not Take Your Heart. What were the editions called? I forgot what the Royal Edition's called. If you would have bought that, that should have came with DLC. No, you shouldn't have to buy additional DLC.
What it's called, but yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it should have came with the DLC because it was $100 collector's edition.
I
It
think
came with the DLC.
the thing for me though is like it's not just like with Megaten or whatever. There's honestly not a lot of things that I outright hate or anything like that. I don't have any strong like negative feelings towards really like a lot of things. So it's really hard for me to be like, oh, I want to delete this thing off. Like I do have like a few picks, but none of them are like Megami Tensei related. So it's like it's kind of hard to just kind of like fake something, be like,
Actually, now that y'all mentioned it, I think if I were to change my answer would definitely be Persona 5 then. Fuck the original Persona 5, erase that from existence, give us Persona 5 Royal as like its original package. You know what I mean? Make that the first release of the game with all that content and shit.
Yeah. All right. Well, that is it for questions. Do you guys have anything else you want to talk about before we go?
Ask better questions. That's all I got to talk about. And never invite LaRue again. This was some, not something
it was
I want to do
fun.
again.
I had fun talking with all of you guys.
I hate LaRue. I talk to him too much. I hate him. Give me my damn birthday Christmas gift.
Hey, but that's how we know that you love him, though.
Yeah, that's a love language. It's hate speech.
That's a scenario.
Committing hate crimes on each other.
Nah. That's the one where you're mean to someone when you like them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know we were in fucking middle school.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, I'm not like 13 no more, bro. I just like shitting on LaRue. I'm just gonna be nice to him until I get my gift, and then I'm just gonna cut him off. He'll never hear from me ever again. I've waited 3 fucking years for these goddamn keychains. I've waited like a couple months for this plushie that I didn't even know was mine until he said something. Give me my damn gift.
I mean, Claire's waiting, I think, and nearly too, actually.
You seen me multiple times in the past 3 years. Fuck them. They don't live anywhere near us. You saw Claire in real life. You had an opportunity to give her a gift.
Yeah,
maybe.
I asked you where they were, and you're like, "Oh, I left them at home."
Yes.
All I'm saying is it's not like you're special.
I'm like the only person.
I was like, "Hey, where's the DDS stuff you wanted to give me?" And you were like, "Oh, I left it at home. I'll bring it when we go to K Barbecue. Go to K Barbecue."
Bozo, man. That's what I'm saying.
Saying is,
okay, all right.
Don't escape anything from me.
Okay. Thank you guys for listening, and we'll see you next month.
Bye.
Hi guys.
Bye.
Have a good night. Goodbye. I miss you.